Hey everyone, Maestro here. I am the football enthusiast. Hope you're all doing well. Alright, so in today's video, we are continuing the series on the channel where I go through select teams within Europe and give my personal opinions on the preparations that they should make for the 23-24 season to be better than they were in the 22-23 season, in the past season and the upcoming season. Alright, so we've done Arsenal. That's my club. Love my club. We've done United. We have done Liverpool. We are now doing Chelsea FC. Now, real quick, let's refresh our memories. What happened last year? It was a tragedy. It was a Shakespearean tragedy. It was terrible. 12th place. That's still unreal for me to hear. What the hell? That was insane. 44 points, 12th place, -9 goal difference. It was an awful year. Went through 3 managers, Tuchel, Potter, and Lampard. Tough year. Even with that January window, tough year. Now in the Champions League, I don't have it on screen and I apologize for that. Some of a respectable run. Quarterfinals, not bad. But yes, they got knocked out by Real Madrid. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, they got knocked out early both times by Man City. Both times. But who cares about that? But yeah, in general, horrible season. Now, they need to rebuild. When you have a season like this, you must rebuild. To rebuild, first thing you need to do, I think, is clear house. And that's where we're going. We're first talking about transfers. More before arrivals, we'll talk about departures. So yeah, when you rebuild, I touched on this in a previous video, but we'll do more now. When you rebuild, the first thing a club needs to do is clear house. Now they've done that very well so far. I think all of these players that have left were players that I don't think were going to be of use to Chelsea anymore, apart from Kovacic. Kovacic is the only one that's left that I'm like, you could have kept him, he could have been still great for you. But Havertz, Mount, newly Pulisic, by the way, he's gone too to AC Milan. That doesn't show here, but he's also gone. So Havertz, Mount, and Pulisic, those 3, whilst all 3 of them are young players that could still become quality players, there's just a stigma around them and Chelsea, and I think they all 3 needed a fresh start and were never going to be good again for Chelsea. At least not to a level that Chelsea wanted. So, not just for the club, but also for the players, this is a good departure. It's great. Because also you're making bank, making money here, by the way. A lot of money. Havertz, I believe, has gone for around 17 million, I'm not sure. But Havertz and Mount, Pulisic, 17 million. Havertz is around 70. Mount around 60. So yeah, making bank, good departures. Kovacic, a bad one. I already said I think he should have stayed, but that's the only blunder. Koulibaly, make money with him. He's no longer great. Get some money. Same case for Mendy. Same for Loftus-Cheek. He is still in his prime, but not great. And there's room to grow for him, but not enough for what Chelsea want to do. Kante did not offer him a new contract. Chelsea did not offer him a new contract. Right decision in my opinion. Look, he is a legend. He was great. He still could be good, but far too injury prone, far too unreliable as a good departure. Same goes for Aspi. Bakayoko gone. I believe he's just gone. No contract. Zakaria back to loan on Juventus. Didn't really do much when he was here. Not bringing back João Felix, I think, is a good idea because we now go to the arrivals. Nkunku is here, and Nkunku and João Felix don't mix well. I don't think they will work well together. Now let's talk about the arrivals that have already been made before I give my recommendations. Nkunku, huge fan, fantastic player, versatile player, winger, striker, but mainly a number 10. And that's where I think he'll play. He'll do a great job. I'm a huge fan of his. Young too, still growing. A sought after player, by the way. He was very popular in the market. Chelsea got him. I am a huge fan of this transfer. I can't wait to see him play. Nicholas Jackson splits a lot of fans down the middle. I like him. Now, the report on him is generally that he's a great finisher. He's a good passer. He's very fast, good dribbler. He plays really well on the counter. Weaknesses, he is not great at holding up the ball, nor is he good in the air, but he's still young. And with what's out there, what's available and feasible to get, I think Nicholas Jackson is a great transfer. For those that are wondering, why not go for Kane? Because it seems that he is on the market. It seems that Kane doesn't want to leave, but I don't think Spurs will ever sell to Chelsea. So there's that. For those that are wondering about Osimhen, not feasible. I think he'll cost far too much money. It wouldn't work out. like Chelsea won't be able to afford them. I don't think so, considering that they probably want to spend a lot of money in other areas too. So so with what's available, Chelsea scouts have chosen Nicholas Jackson and they've gone and got him, and I like this. I really do. I really do. Diego Moreira from Benfica, he won't play a part. I think he'll go unknown. Don't worry about him. Levi Colwill, and Lewis Hall aren't really rivals. They're just promoted from the under-21 squad. But let's talk about them. Colwill, he has been a highlight in the under-21 Euros that's been taking place right now. He's been great, very composed, very concentrated. A leader, it seems, too. Very exciting to watch him play. It's always great to have a backup, isn't it? He won't start for me, but he could one day be that starter. Lewis Hall, same. I would start Chilwell and Cucurella over him, but it's nice to know Lewis Hall is there. He seems like a young prospect, 18, very, very young. Already in the first team. It's always exciting. Lukaku, don't worry about these guys here. Lukaku downwards, don't worry about them because they're just loanies that have come back and will probably still be sold. Apart from these two, Gusto and Andre Santos. Malo Gusto, I think, is also a great transfer. They bought him in January and then he's now here back and he'll probably stay in the squad. I like this transfer because Reece James will definitely start over him, yes, for sure, but very injury prone. Could miss a few games again this season. Gusto will be there to back him up. I like this transfer. A needed transfer. Andre Santos, I don't like or dislike this transfer. I don't know much about it, but he's here. Moving on. Alright, so these are the current arrivals and departures. Now, I'm going to give my opinion on where I think they should go and improve on in the market. So this right here is what I think the currently, as of right now, their best 11 is. Nicholas Jackson, Mudryk, Madueke, Nkunku, Fernandes, Gallagher, Chilwell, Silva, Fofana, James, and Kepa. Where would I improve? Well, let's start with where I think they're set. Chilwell, Silva, Fofana, Reece James. The defense in general, not to mention you have Colwill on the bench. You also have sorry about that. You have Cucurella on the bench. You have a bunch of other. You've got Chalobah there too. Badia Shill. Their depth on their defense is set. They are perfectly fine with the defense. No improvements, no additions needed. They are set. The goalie, on the other hand, Kepa and Slonina and Bettinelli. I don't like either three of these. I would try and prioritize a goalie. Not my number one priority, but it's something. We all understand this. It's pretty simple to understand. You need a great goalie. You just simply do. You can't compete against. You can't win league titles or maybe even get top 4 with Kepa. I think it's rough. And yeah, I think prioritize a goalie. Who? I don't know. I was going to say Onana a few weeks ago, but he is now United bound, it seems. So that's an issue. But in the same way you found Nicholas Jackson, find your goalie, Nicholas Jackson. Find him. Alright? Find that version of Nicholas Jackson that can play in goal. Use your scouts and do that, because I think it's very much needed. I don't trust Kepa. If I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm being very worried about going into the new season with Kepa as my number one. Now, Mendy is also not good enough. So his departure is still good. It's just that Kepa ain't much either. So I would prioritize a goalie. Now, the midfield. Let's look at the midfield. Let's look at the list of midfielders. Enzo, Gallagher, Santos, Chukwuemeka, and Nkunku. For some reason, he's not shown here. He's shown as a forward, but he is pretty much a midfielder as well. They need reinforcements. Now, what exactly? I would bring in someone to come off the bench for Enzo, or to play in the Carabao Cup games. You want players to be relieved of a lot of games. If you have only Enzo, with this midfield, Enzo's going to play like 60 or 50 games. That's not great. You don't want to do that if you can avoid that. So I would bring in I would say more of a defensive-minded midfielder. Someone that could cost around 10-15 million, maybe a youth prospect, maybe someone that can be promoted from the young team. Maybe Pochettino will decide that Chukwuemeka is that guy, and if that's the case, that's great. But if not, you bring in that. But the biggest priority for me in the midfield is this position right here. Conor Gallagher, for me, if they start the season with Conor Gallagher starting, that's an issue. That's a huge one. Now, who should they go for? Well, this guy right here. Now, they are going for him, but it seems we've hit a wall. Well, Chelsea have hit a wall, sorry. So Chelsea, just a quick summary of this whole issue. Chelsea have offered 80 million, and that's it. They're not willing to seemingly go higher than that from so far with the reports. But Brighton want 20 million more. They want 100 million. So it seems Chelsea have hit a wall. Brighton seemingly won't budge, and Chelsea neither. They want to pay 80 million. I'm sure they'll go up to around 85 if they can, but it seems 100 million is just seemingly way too much. See right here, they intend to hold firm, Chelsea, and not offering any more than 80 million, not offering anything like 100 million. They think that's far too much. Now, my opinion on this, if Brighton are just dead set 100 mil or nothing, should they pay it? Yeah, because I think they're in a pickle here. I just, look, Pochettino, which, by the way, look at him, he's coming into Chelsea, it's great, he's a manager. In his press conference, he said that it's about winning now. That's what he said, that's a quote. He says, it's not about rebuilding, which is kind of weird. He said, we want to win right now. Alright, okay, that's great mentality to have. But let's be realistic. You're not doing that with Gallagher. That's just not happening. And your replacement for, like, okay, let's say Gallagher's bad. You're then going to play, what, a 19-year-old Andre Santos, who's never played in the Premiership in his entire life, from Brazil, just came in now? No, that's not realistic. So, with how in demand Chelsea are of a player like Caicedo, I think yes. Look, the market is crazy, man. He's 100 million. Okay, so what? We'll get over it. It's how the market is now. This is today. He's not a £100 million player. No, he's not. Caicedo is. I think he's like a He's like a £70 million player, in my opinion. Maybe 60. Considering his talent and his age, and how in demand he is in that position, 60, 70 million I think is fair. I even think 80 is a bit much, and 100 is crazy. But with what Chelsea want to achieve right now, it seems, and with what they need, they can't play Gallagher. I think go for it. Will it happen? I don't know, but that is my main recommendation. I still think they should break the bank for him. Now, I know, here's why they probably might not. They're probably holding firm, Chelsea, because Pochettino was also quoted saying that they will still be active in the market. So they're still looking to add more, which I completely get. I already spoke about how I think they need a goalie. I think they need a replacement for Enzo. Now on the forward end, do they need anything on the forwards end? Yeah, I think they need a replacement for. Look, they have Sterling to come on for Mudryk, or vice versa. But with Pulisic gone and Havertz and Mount, I think they need someone to come on for Madueke, a replacement for Madueke. Or you know what? Maybe a starting player to play above Madueke. But either way, I think they would buy a right winger. They should buy a right winger and a goalie. So it seems if that's what they're doing, and if Chelsea have a plan B on the defensive midfield role, if there is someone that they can consider apart from Caicedo, that's fine. But with what's presented, I think you have to break the bank for him. So yeah, look, those are my opinions on the transfers, the arrivals that they should bring in. Just to sum up, a goalie. The defense is fine, and the depth of the defense is fine. But a goalie, I think, is needed. I think you bring in a backup for Fernandes. You bring in a starting player to play over Gallagher, i.e. Caicedo, or find someone else. You bring in either a backup or starting player over Madueke as a right winger or right midfielder. Mudryk, I think, is fine. I still trust him. He's young, still got room to grow. He had a tough time, yes, but we should all relax on him. He's still a prospect. There's still hope. There's still potential. I can see it within him. Pochettino can help the youth. Let's see how it goes there. And also Sterling can also play in that position too. I think they're fine down that position. Nicholas Jackson, I didn't mention this. They won't have a backup striker, will they? Nicholas Jackson, I think, will be the only full-on straight striker in the squad. Am I right? Yeah. Well, never mind. No, there is Broha. So actually, yeah, I think they're fine. Being realistic and not bombing too. So yeah, a right winger, a number 8, a number 6, and a goalie. That is where they need to be active within the market. Now, let's say with this current squad, my expectations is I think they'll finish like 5th or 6th. If they were to get a Caicedo, and they were to improve their depth, what should be their minimum expectations for the following season? In my opinion, it's one of these two things. Number 1, you either get top 4. Even if you play bad, just get into the top 4. Or number 2, you finish 5th. Okay, that's rough, but you play great football. We see development within Mudryk. By the way, we see Nicholas Jackson and Nkunku fitting in like a glove. We see Fernandes getting better and better. We see Caicedo or whoever is playing this role improving too. We see the defense looking solid as ever. We see something that we can build on for the future. So even if you finish 5th but play to a level that can be built on for the future and achieve great things, that's, for me, is still a success. Because they are rebuilding Chelsea, and Arsenal are like in step 4 in their rebuild. United are like in step 3. Chelsea are in step 1 right now. They just started their rebuild. So their expectations are lower than Arsenal and United for me. Alright? Now that's just from the football side of things. If we're talking financially, their expectations should probably be winning the league, the Champions League, X Factor, Britain's Got Talent, and everything with the money they've spent. But football isn't, it's played on the pitch. Money, who cares what you spend? At the end of the day, what matters is what you have. And I just don't think, look, these players weren't the players that, they did not buy themselves. They are who they are. Alright, and I think it's unfair and very strict to put expectations like definite top 4 or failure. That for me is too much. So as long as you see development, I think it's a good season. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Sorry about if I ramble on a bit too much, and I apologize for that. I'm trying to improve with these videos. I hope you guys are enjoying. If you do enjoy or even don't enjoy, comment down below. What do you think? What should I improve on as a video content creator? Do you agree with my decisions, with my transfers, with my arrivals and departures? Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. If you enjoy, please leave a like and also subscribe for more. Have a great day, and as always, take care of yourselves.